right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, holiday homecoming. People lining the road to welcome a police officer home.
We're from a very small town, and we care about each other.
The officer spent months rehabbing after being shot in the line of duty. Plus tonight, the travel scramble in full effect. We're live at Lambert Airport.
But first tonight, weather has slowed some travel on the East Coast this evening, but improvement is expected for Wednesday.
The holiday travel rush is already underway. Many will hit the road or head to the airport tomorrow. And tonight, we're helping you time out your Turkey Day trot. Good evening. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. We start with the weather and if it will add some turbulence to your Thanksgiving travel plans. Let's get straight over to Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell, who's tracking the forecast here and at your destination.
That's right. We've seen quite a bit of turbulence in the air traffic system today. A lot of folks having a bumpy ride, and not necessarily in and out of Lambert, but elsewhere across the country, like here, live in Philadelphia, where the rain is coming down right now. The good news is that rain will be pushing out of the mid-Atlantic and out of much of the Northeast by early tomorrow morning. So the prospect for major flight delays eastbound tomorrow looking lower now. There's still some wet snow up in northern portions of New York, heading up into Vermont and New Hampshire, but it's wet snow, and it's not going to cause big problems for tomorrow. Within an easy day's drive of St. Louis tomorrow, here's kind of your timeline as we just step through the day. We'll probably start with clouds in St. Louis, but then we're going to give way to plenty of sunshine during the afternoon. It's comfortably mild. Temperatures are back around 50 in St. Louis. West and southwest, perhaps just a little bit warmer as we head into tomorrow afternoon. But pretty good driving weather, certainly for St. Louis, and overall across the country, it's looking like pretty good weather for flying tomorrow. Thanksgiving Day still looks absolutely great. It may be a bit damp, though, Saturday night into Sunday. More on that in just a few minutes, Mike.
And for the latest Weather First forecast for Thanksgiving, just text the word weather to 314-425-5355, and we'll send it right to your phone. Already, passengers are flooding airports in the Thanksgiving rush to get to their holiday destinations. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday are expected to be the busiest days. Brent Solomon is live at St. Louis Lambert International Airport with a look at the situation right now. Brent.
Mike, some 200,000 passengers are expected to fly out of here during the Thanksgiving travel week, and that's the highest number since 2018. And I tell you what, I spent the day speaking with passengers who braced for the crowds.
We're all running away.
Take a look at the long line to get through security Tuesday evening.
But I saw a whole bunch of people trying to stay in line and getting ready to leave, so I'm like, oh, I don't want to be there.
Andrew Noble is picking up mom and dad who flew to St. Louis from California.
We flew right in. We got ahead of the storm, apparently.
A storm system predicted to move from the southern plains to the northeast Tuesday and Wednesday, leading to some delays nationwide. All over the country, TSA anticipates screening 2.6 million passengers every day this week. Most travelers who are flying doing so Tuesday and Wednesday. Daniel Ryan did his best to avoid the height of the rush.
You got to, unless you got to work or do something else, but traveling a few days before and after the holiday is always a smart idea.
His son turns 5 years old on Thanksgiving Day. He's here from California to visit Grandma.
Have some turkey and enjoy St. Louis.
It's holiday season, everybody's happy.
Myron Thomas works for a parking shuttle.
Weather-wise, it's great, and people are happy, coming and going.
He's ready for the crowds this week.
We handle it. We're experts. We're professional.
While the travel rush is kicking off now, Sunday is expected to be the busiest. TSA predicts it will screen 2.9 million passengers as everyone tries to make it back home that day.
That's why we're flying home on Monday. We have learned.
Now, I just checked, and some 5 dozen flights have been delayed today. Airport officials say before you leave home, check your flight status and try to be inside of the airport, not driving around or looking for parking 2 hours before your flight. Live at St. Louis Lambert International, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
After months of rehab in Colorado, Herman police officer Adam Sullentrup is finally home. He was shot and hurt while on the job back in March. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski was there in his hometown of Washington, Missouri, as they welcome their hero home.
A sea of flashing lights isn't usually a good thing. But on a Tuesday night in Washington, Missouri, it is.
Truly, they're our heroes. For all the first responders, we can't thank them enough for their service.
A beacon of hope.
This is a hero's welcome procession, which is much better than a funeral procession. So hopefully it will bring some joy and comfort to the family and to Adam himself.
Herman police officer Adam Sullentrup is coming home with a big crowd of friends and even strangers to welcome him.
We got here and knew, seeing more and more vehicles pull in. It's like, oh my gosh, this is great. You know, this is just very good for the community.
Officer Sullentrup was shot in March responding to a call at the Casey's gas station in Herman with Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith. Sergeant Griffith didn't make it, and Officer Sullentrup was seriously injured, landing him in months of rehab in Colorado.
We've been following his progress on Facebook because, like I said, we're friends with the family, and we've been praying for him and his family because they've had to overcome a lot.
Friends of the family say the community support here means everything to the Sullentrup family, as it's been a long, hard road to recovery for Officer Sullentrup.
I've lived here for most of my life, like 22 years, and I've seen a lot of people that like to help other people.
The Washington community says they couldn't ask for a better gift for the holidays.
That's what Thanksgiving is all about, is family and friends, and thanking the God for this special gift of life for him.
Reporting in Washington, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
Officer Sullentrup still has more physical therapy ahead, but friends of the family say it is just so good to have him home for the holidays. Highway 141 is back open in Maryland Heights right now. The northbound lanes near River Valley were closed for several hours due to a crash with a Metro Coloride van and a pickup truck. No passengers were inside, but Metro tells us the driver went to the hospital to get checked out. No word if anyone in the pickup was hurt.
Developing tonight within the hour, a standoff ended in South St. Louis with the suspect dead. It started with a shooting this afternoon in the area of Grand and Merrimack in the Dutchtown neighborhood. The victim was shot in his backside, is expected to be okay. The suspect ran to a nearby home. After an hours-long standoff, police say they found the suspect dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Tonight, Cahokia Heights police are investigating an apparent murder-suicide. Officers were called to the intersection of Robert Price Road and Park Drive around 1:30 this afternoon for a single-car crash. 2 people inside that car had been shot. A woman in the car was pronounced dead at the scene. A man was taken to the hospital where he died. Investigators have not yet released their identities.
Developing tonight, just hours ago, Israel's cabinet approved a 4-day ceasefire deal with Hamas. Under this deal, the militant group would free 50 of the roughly 240 hostages it's holding in the Gaza Strip. The Israeli government says additional days could be added for every 10 hostages released. But Israel's full offensive against Hamas would resume after the truce expires. Now that Israel has agreed to the deal, it's expected Hamas will also have to sign off on the deal before it can go into effect.
Well, Turkey Day is not until Thursday, but a big pre-Thanksgiving potluck is just wrapping up in the Cherokee Street neighborhood in South St. Louis.
And our Robert Townsend got a taste of the holiday fun. He joins us live from the Golden Record. Robert.
Hey there, Anna, Mike. Let me tell you right now, the pre-Thanksgiving revelers are still walking out of this live music venue. Let me tell you, hands down today, all of them definitely had a good time. It's countdown to Thanksgiving, and people in the Cherokee Street neighborhood got a jump start on their holiday.
We love Cherokee Street.
Well, this is what community looks like.
For the past 10 years, moms, dads, their little ones, and business owners in this South St. Louis community have gathered for the Cherokee Street Thanksgiving potluck. Of course, they come to fill up on turkey, desserts, and more.
We actually open up too for even like the homeless people around, and everyone kind of comes in and we all just become family.
Amanda Kriebel enjoys hosting the event at her music venue. She came to the Thanksgiving celebration with her daughters and friends.
You know, we have other events too, but this is the one where everyone gets together, we eat, we share, the kids get to run around.
I'm thankful and grateful for my family.
Alfred Montgomery shared the special moments with his 4- and 5-year-old sons.
I know during COVID that we wasn't able to get together like this, so I'm just excited and happy to be back out.
I mean, for many folks that come to this event, you know, they don't spend Thanksgiving with family. Maybe they live out of town. And so this is really their holiday celebration.
10 years ago, about 40 people attended the first Cherokee Street Thanksgiving potluck. Tonight, 400 showed up. Live in South City, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Tonight, a perfect storm ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Right now, more families are struggling with food insecurity, while donations at area food banks are down significantly. Today, the St. Louis Area Food Bank held its 6th annual Thanksgiving Together giveaway event. Donations are down 16%, but the food bank says demand for help is up 11%. On top of that, the cost of getting the food is costing them up to 144% more.
So our food donations are down, our financial donations are down. We're seeing a lot of families, a lot of working families saying that it's just not working right now. So we are trying to help out.
The best way you can help is through financial donations right now. We have information on how to donate under the As Seen on TV section at KSDK.com. And if you need help this Thanksgiving, text the word turkey to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link of places offering free meals on Thursday.
Protecting children from online predators.
These children haven't given consent.
An I-Team investigation now leading to new legislation in Washington.
I think it's pieces like this that you're doing. We need more people to come forward.
Tonight, a Missouri congresswoman's push to get social media companies to cooperate with police. It's the most wonderful time of the year for scammers. Tonight, a former fraudster shares tricks of the trade to ensure you have a happy holiday.
The long Thanksgiving weekend starts with bright skies, but may end with a little bit of rain. What you need to know if you're traveling Saturday or Sunday.
Tonight, we're getting our first look at the body camera video from the first officer to respond to the shooting at the Walmart store in Ohio. The officer arrived at the store outside of Dayton last night, 3 minutes after the first call to 911. That gunman shot 4 people. All of them lived. 1 was critically hurt. Police say the gunman was found dead inside the store from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators haven't released a motive.
A Missouri lawmaker in Washington now wants to hold predators and social media companies accountable for child enticement.
It comes after our I-Team investigated the soaring rate of dangers kids and teens face online. Tonight, our Christine Byers talks to Congresswoman Ann Wagner, who's hoping to do something about it.
When a predator targeted this mother's daughter online,
I just saw message after message and video after video.
The woman who asked the I-Team earlier this month to conceal her identity says it sent her family into paranoia. Her daughter thought she was talking to another 11-year-old on a messaging app called Kik. Her parents never saw it because she kept it hidden on her phone. Instead, it was a Clayton businessman now serving time for collecting her daughter's photos and videos.
We didn't know what this person knew about us.
These are the harmful effects of child enticement that Congresswoman Ann Wagner says she wants to stop, thinking exactly of this mother's story when she saw the I-Team's report.
I applaud her family for coming forward with the story.
Congresswoman Wagner has introduced a bill that would require social media companies to give identifying information about suspected predators, extend the National Center for Exploited and Missing Children's retention on tips to 1 year. Right now, it's just 90 days. And eliminate the phrase child pornography from laws and replace it with child sexual abuse material.
These children haven't given consent.
But Wagner isn't the only politician to try to do something about the problem. A recent piece by a Columbia law professor estimates there have been 39 congressional hearings about children and social media since 2017.
Why is your piece going to be any different from those that have come before yours and failed?
Well, I will tell you, I think it's pieces like this that you're doing. We need more people to come forward to both media and also, more importantly, to their members of Congress and to politicians to say this is important.
Our research backs up the importance. One study suggests in 2021, about 1 in 6 minors reported sharing their own images.
I think young people have got to be made aware, and it starts at home.
This mother thought she did make her daughter aware. They can't identify her daughter's predator by name. She signed a non-disclosure agreement as part of a civil settlement. That money is now paying for the therapy her daughter and family needs 2 years after she met her predator.
She is not good. She's impulsive with boys. Like she snuck out with a couple boys. Her grades are terrible.
We've included a list of tips on how to talk to your children about this topic, as well as warning signs on our website. For the I-Team, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
We've also included a link to this family's entire interview with the story on KSDK.com. If you have a tip for Christine and the 5 on your side I-Team, you can leave a voicemail at 314-444-5231. You can also email Christine. The email address, tips@ksdk.com, and all calls and correspondence will be kept confidential.
It's not just the holiday shopping season, it's also a merry time for scammers. Holiday scams have taken a new look and have become more high-tech. And scammers are not just looking for a quick payday these days, they want a gift that keeps on giving. A reformed scammer who now consults for socialcatfish.com says all they need is one of your passwords because you likely use it in more than one place.
Once you have access to the password, you have access to their social security number, you have access to their driver's license, you have access to their credit cards, you have access to their bank accounts. Very easy to do a lot of damage with information like that.
So here's 5 steps to defend yourself. Don't reuse passwords, especially ones for your online banking and email. Beware of shipping scams. Don't click or respond to emails or texts claiming your delivery is delayed. Also, update the software on your devices. It's also safer to pay with a credit card, which offers better protection. And finally, avoid convincing websites you've never heard of before.
Let's get back to the all-important weather for the holiday. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with the Weather First forecast.
And we know a lot of folks are traveling. We showed you Lambert earlier. We showed you Philadelphia International Airport. Couldn't pay any of us to be here.
Oh.
Yes, there's a palm tree there. This is Los Angeles. Look at that. That's at the airport right now. It's not even Wednesday. It's not even the big travel day. Can you imagine what this looks like tomorrow night and into Sunday night? But, you know, their weather is good. Okay, so the East Coast, you're looking at those showers and thunderstorms rolling towards the mid-Atlantic. Philadelphia is still wet. Baltimore and Washington have had some pretty good rain. It's into New York. Boston's going to end up with mostly rain out of this, although there are some wet snowflakes farther to the north. But all of this is continuing to move, so it's not getting hung up anywhere. And that means tomorrow our flight delays going towards the east should be minimal and basically early in the morning. Now, the flights could be a little bit bumpy because you do have some strong jet stream winds up there. So we've had a lot of turbulence reports today. More clouds dropping in from the north. They'll last through about daybreak or a little after, and then they will start moving out. 43 degrees right now in St. Louis. I think we drop back to 42 this evening, which would be the new low temperature so far for the day. Maybe one of those days where we get the low right before midnight. The morning low was only 44. But then again, we only got up to 47 degrees. Clouds have rolled back in right now. We do think as we head through the overnight hours, cooler air does filter in. So we're back into the 30s tomorrow morning, but close to 50 tomorrow afternoon. Really can't complain. Mid-Atlantic clearing out. Far northeast tomorrow for travel and the southeast. Those are areas where there still will be some showers around and potentially a few delays. Pacific Northwest, potentially a few delays, but Denver's looking good tomorrow. It'll be a lot colder there by Friday, but they're close to 70 by tomorrow and Thursday, and then they drop off. Most of us are in the 40s to around 50 degrees. If you are driving anywhere close to St. Louis tomorrow, 6-7 hours away, should have dry roads the entire time. Really nice travel weather. Bright, mild, gorgeous Thanksgiving Day in St. Louis. But on Friday, there's less sunshine for us, and it's a little cooler. Hour by hour Thanksgiving Day. Kirkwood and Webster, well, you know, we've got the Frisco Bell up for grabs here as we head into Turkey Day. And they'll be doing that with temperatures in the 50s. So good day for football over in Kirkwood. Don't let this scare you. As we go into Saturday, into Sunday, there's a lot of little disturbances that are going to come out of the Rockies, move across the plains. They bring with them a lot of clouds. This is like that little yappy puppy that barks a lot but doesn't bite. You may have some raindrops. You may have a couple of wet snowflakes north and west of St. Louis late Saturday night, early Sunday. It's not likely to amount to much. We'll be lucky if we get the roads wet. But temperatures will be a lot cooler this weekend, only in the 40s for highs. Really, you look at the next 10 days, your pick day turns out to be Thanksgiving Day. How convenient. Highs back into the mid-50s on Thursday. It's dry, it's bright, and the winds won't be all that strong.
All right, Scott, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Mike, the Cardinals went shopping for pitching today. Mike Schilt has a job. And what is it like to be the parents of a college football star? We'll be right back.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
What an unbelievable situation for Mizzou. The college football rankings are out, and the Tigers remain 9th in the playoffs. So if you can win a game on Friday at Arkansas, you will play in a big-time bowl game. They control their own destiny. And in terms of the future, they have a lot coming back, too, including the quarterback, Brady Cook, who will be our Sports Plus Spotlight story on Sunday. Cook has a real chance to make one of those all-SEC teams this season. Over 3,300 total yards and 25 combined touchdowns. Today at Sugar Fire, his parents, Amy and Jim, watched the 4th and 17 for us and talked about the thrill of it all.
And we're just high-fiving and just going crazy because we knew then we're close enough. We got the big first down, we're in range. Just such relief and just joy. Just like, yes, just total celebration. And it's the crowd going crazy. Those are the moments.
We are dedicating the entire Sports Plus Sunday to Mizzou. You'll see that Brady Cook story in its entirety. Howard Richards will kick things off, a one-on-one visit with Eli Drinkwitz, and our list of the 10 greatest Mizzou players of all time. The Cardinals didn't sign 2 of the greatest pitchers in baseball over the last 2 days, but I'll say this. If Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson give you nearly 400 combined innings and 28 combined victories like they did last season, that's not terrible. Now, with that said, they are back-end rotation guys. You're not winning divisions without acquiring 2 better pitchers. Gibson was signed today to a 1-year deal worth $12 million. The former Mizzou pitcher is 36 years old. He did lead the division champion Orioles in starts, innings, and wins last season. They both wanted to come to St. Louis. They're both good in the clubhouse. The downside is Gibson was 4th in hits allowed this season, and Lynn was 5th. Miles Michaelis was 1st, so we had that covered. John Mozeliak, talk to us.
So to go out and just sign one elite pitcher and then do nothing else, that's not going to solve our problems. Our problems were getting deeper into games, and both these 2 gentlemen pitched a lot of innings last year, and they both bring not only experience, but the ability to do that. As I said, this is not the finish line. This is just a day.
The 2 greatest questions in St. Louis: why doesn't Mike Bush age, and why was Mike Schilt fired? Today, he was hired to be the manager of the Padres. Seems like a good hire. Underachieving Padres team needs a winner in the dugout, and in his 3.5 years with the Cardinals, he finished 53 games over 500 and was the manager of the year. Good luck to Mike Schilt. Really an awesome day at the Urban League. See this man? This is the great Johnny Rowland, one of Mizzou's best ever, putting Thanksgiving meals in cars. And there is Mike Jones and the mayor, and of course, Howard Richards was on hand. Wonderful to see these ex-NFL players helping out the community. Over 3,500 people will be served over 3 days.
For 25 years, the Urban League is proud to have done one of the largest Thanksgiving food distributions in the entire St. Louis region, based on the generosity of all of our donors, partners, friends, allies, and people in the community that help. We have a couple hundred volunteers that are here that are not only doing this, but also doing some cleanup in the community up and down Martin Luther King Boulevard.
And that's what makes our community great. Some of our fine athletes always willing to lend a helping hand.
All right, Frank, thanks.
And straight ahead, when you can take your first swing at tickets for this year's Cardinals Winter Warm-Up. Tickets for this year's Cardinals Winter Warm-Up go on sale Friday. The 3-day passes are $50 for adults, $25 for children ages 4 to 15. Single-day tickets will go on sale next month. The annual fan event will take place January 13th through 15th at Ballpark Village and Busch Stadium.
The Battlehawks are expanding season ticket sales. For the first time, you can buy seats in the 400 level. Tickets start as low as $18, and they're on sale now at the XFL website. The Battlehawks, you'll remember, averaged more than 35,000 fans per game. Last season, that was more than double the league average.
A majority of Americans believe talking politics over turkey is a recipe for disaster. A new Quinnipiac University poll found 61% of voters are hoping to avoid political discussions on Thursday. 30% said the political climate has gotten worse in the last year. 9% say it has changed for the better. I saw a very good piece of advice online today. You are not going to change anyone's mind.
That's
So
right.
just let it go.
Yeah.
Just be quiet and
Eat your turkey and stuffing. That's right. There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.